Hey, delightful people, how are you doing? I am so glad you could join me on today's video. Now, today has been quite rainy, hey, and girl is traveling. I am traveling to Mazabuka to see my mom, and I was like, no weapon formed against me shall prosper. Ulo, whoa, girl, relax. Do not rush your bags into the car yet. Relax. Let's have a conversation with the girlies before we step out. So let's get into today's conversation. In today's video, I would like us to talk about the true definition of an it girl. Who is she? Who's an it girl? Now I see a couple of us put up photos and caption them. It girl, main chick, main character, main wife. If at all you're in a situation where there's a couple of other wives. Okay, that's not the point of this video. Today's conversation was inspired by a chat that I had with one of the senior police officers at a local police station that I went to sort out some work. And when I got there, she was in charge of the cell that convicted female perpetrators. Yes. And man, when I got there, I was literally stunned, by my ignorance that there could be so many females in a police cell. And obviously I couldn't hold my curiosity back. So I asked her what could be the common reason that women are getting convicted for. And she was gracious enough to share with me that a lot of women now are willing to literally do anything and everything for the sake of money. It's either they're in extramarital relationships, or they're in a village banking and they're not accountable or transparent, or they borrowed money from somewhere and they couldn't pay back. It's crazy. And I said, okay, in your further interrogations, what do you think triggers this behavior? And she explained that women now have lost the value of contentment. Most of the people now are willing to go out of their way just to fit into what society deems as the it life. So they will do anything to get that car. They will do anything to build that house. They will do anything, to wear that outfit or to show up in that wig at the detriment of their reputation and their life. That conversation left me thinking, why do we want to seem like the it girl? And also on the other side, I was like, but wait a minute, it girl is not that. It girl is not indulging in these activities to look like it. So now that we have gotten the cat out of the closet, let's get into today's conversation. Let's talk about who an it girl isn't before we talk about who she is. An it girl isn't a digital or social media champion. Someone who gets on social media trying to cause trouble, getting into fights they have no business getting into, picking a lot of problems just to draw attention to themselves. Someone who will go out of their way to borrow a wig, borrow clothes, borrow a car, borrow lifestyles that do not belong to them for the sake of likes, pressure, and to fit into whatever bracket they are trying to fit into on social media is not an it girl. So I am going to share 3 things that describe an it girl. And we are going to read from the book of Proverbs chapter 31, verse 10 to 29. Quite a lengthy read, but let's go. How hard it is to find a capable wife. She is worth far more than jewels. Her husband puts his confidence in her, and he will never be poor. As long as she lives, she does him good and never harm. She keeps herself busy by making wool and linen cloth. She brings home food from out of the way places as merchant ships do. She gets up before daylight to prepare food for the family and to tell her servant women what to do. She looks at land and buys it. I use this particular scripture to practically pick out the fundamental principles of what makes an it girl. Now, the first thing is that an it girl is productive. And in my productive era video, I shared about learning a skill. She is somebody that knows a skill. She gets up, she learns a skill. After learning a skill, she gets up, looks for opportunities with the skill that she has earned. An it girl girlies makes her own money, not depending on a man. They're not looking out to marry a rich man so they could be successful. And of course, that's absolutely fine if you meet a rich man and somebody that is established. That's a bonus to them because they are founded in themselves, they are established. And some of the fundamental qualities that she possesses in this aspect of being skillful is that she's hardworking, she is strong and industrious. So now, girlies, if you are looking to becoming an it girl, these are some of the qualities you need to possess. Now, the second quality of an it girl is a combined thing. I decided to combine the two because I think these two things coexist. She is confident and kind. She is kind enough to open doors for others without the fear of they will replace me or they will take my place or they will become better than me, because she knows who she is and she knows that nobody can take her place. Everybody deserves to thrive and there is enough room for all of us at the table. She is confident and kind enough to not be about other people's business. Now, she's not up and about looking for who to talk about, who to discuss, causing trouble, poking her nose in people's business, because she has too much to sort out. She has so much productivity going on for herself. So much so that where do you honestly fit in minding other people's business? She doesn't close doors for others, especially when she finds herself in a place where she has to recommend the next person. She happily speaks well of others, especially when she knows and she genuinely knows that the next person deserves this opportunity. So girlies, these are traits that we can harness. I know that it takes a bit of work, but these are things that you can just consciously decide and intentionally so decide to become. The girl's coffee is quad, but it's so good. She just has to sip through. Who sips on cold coffee? Please let me know in the comment section if you are like me, that you will not go to reheat and you will not throw away. You will literally drink it as cold as it is. Okay, so getting to the last quality of who an it girl is. An it girl is put together. Now, girlies, this is not an excuse for us going about and saying, no, since I want to be an it girl and I can't afford that wig. It girl encompasses living within your means. But this is not an excuse for you to go about with unkempt hair, clothes that just look somewhat, because an it girl, baby, is not that. An it girl is put together. This is why I have been emphasizing on learning a new skill. Learn a skill on how to style. You can have 10 pieces in your closet and just learn how to turn it into a capsule wardrobe. Just invest in a couple of nude and neutral pieces that make you look elegant, make you look classy and expensive. She shows up looking correct. Her nails look correct. Her hair looks correct. Her clothes look correct. Her shoes, her toenails look correct. She smells correct. And because we know that an it girl is somebody that goes out to hustle, surely you have a little bit of money in your bank to put your look together. She shows up looking the part. I like to call an it girl a 360. And I'm gonna slide in a few bonus thoughts of who an it girl is. She is respectful, she keeps time, she is truthful, and above it all, she inspires because she has people that look up to her. All right, my girlies, girl gotta go because the sun is going down and I am not going to miss my trip because of this conversation. Do let me know in the comments section which part of today's conversation stood out for you. I mean, these were my thoughts of who an it girl is, but I'd like to know your thoughts of who an it girl is. Are you an it girl, or are you working towards being an it girl? Talking about being an it girl, one of the things that I have been conscious about in this phase of my life, because I can have quite a lot to sort out. Wifey, entrepreneur, the brand, my life just gets messed up, and sometimes I tend not to manage time very well. So let me step out before I can miss my trip because I told myself that I have to travel. Thanks for watching. Cheers.